Hey y'all, this is Ishnai Ciarfox, and welcome to my stream. Go ahead and get started. What's up, bros? What's up? I noticed. Say, you were 9 minutes... I don't know how many minutes early. Math? What's that? Ah! So we're gonna do some real quick local quests. And by local quests, I mean quests that are in the main cities. Before getting back to the MSQ. Hui. Yawn yawn. Yeah, I had to check the sound stuff. And all that fun jazz. Also get some ice for my drink. Alright. Wardian. Completely legal proposition. Yeah, sure, uh-huh. You want to fit for coin adventure? Not really. Oh, you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the great pirating crews in Final Fantasy RPG's sex capital, Final Fantasy 14. If you're interested, take yourself up these stairs to the balcony above and talk to old Caliban, our captain. Do right by him, and he'll do right by ye. You mean the totally not lost at sea lord from you know, royal lord family in one of the high houses in Ishgard? Greetings, friend, and welcome to the Seventh Sage, proprietors of the finest spices from the East. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Half an hour? Really? I was gonna say, goodness, you shouldn't have to wait like that. I bet you have other, you know, VTubers to watch. Goodness. Oh, you do not seek spices, but employment? Well then, let's speak how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from our latest voyage bearing exotic spices. Never before seen in Eorzea. I've prepared 2 samplers, each which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is Ganed, who you'll find at the Coral Tower. Always running a bunch of... Goodness. And the other is Master... Langside of the head chef of the Bismarck, and do make certain the right person gets the set. Go now and return here once you've accomplished the task. Cat. You know, I was gonna shut the door, but I forgot, and now the cats are in. Damn. Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keeper of the peace in RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy 14. Is there aught I can assist you with? With support people. Yeah, especially the smaller streams. A set containing several exotic spices and instructions on how they are used. Not something you would expect from the captain of a band of bloodthirsty pirates. I mean... a sample of spice courtesy of the Seventh Sage, you say? There's no mistake. This is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans beside. quite intriguing. Very well. We will consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you brought me spice? I see you're not familiar with the Carvianisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he procures. No, I don't mind if you were. Let's say. Say, you're actively participating here too, so it's completely fine. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything is procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man isn't engaged in any activity that's considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader. A heavily armed one who represents RPG sex capital 5 Legacy 14's interest in the East. Listening in and watching. Nice. I appreciate. In other words, he's a privateer, is what they're saying about. Oh, Sato is here. I'm so glad Alka is safe. Not a moment went by that I didn't spend worrying about him. However, I was at least inspired by his bravery to try and contribute myself. Same, hun. I did what I could to aid those treating the tempered and who were rescued from the tower. Yes, I do. What do you know the immense pleasure of seeing my fellow Marine today? How fare have you of late? Hydrate. Well, I am drinking right now. Dr. Pepper. As long as I can remember, I've determined to prove the strategy triumphs brute force. Laboring to decipher the military tactics of... It's a liquid. And decipher the military tactics of ancient Nim. My pursuits would eventually lead me to cross paths with you. An enlightened journey, to say the least. First, the next duty calls. What of the contingent? It's an honor to fight at your side, an invaluable experience besides. But the fight isn't over yet. We must continue to give it our all to prove the strength of scholars and marauders alike. How is Saseto? What stroke of luck that your journey led you to the precise inspiration Sarito Karito needed to culminate his research. Salt water is not hydrating. The salt in it is pulls from the Yeah, but Dr. Pepper's more of a liquid than in the idea of hydrating than I noticed. I mean, it is considered a liquid. And a drink. I forgot. I mean, hydrogen peroxide. To see Saseto now gives me much hope that all Tonberries will one day be restored to what they once were. I mean, if you have one of the lower alcohol content beers, it's not as bad. Her recovery has proceeded with even greater speed that we hoped for. Just the other day, she succeeded in summoning Lilac. Most significantly, she is happier than I have ever seen her. You ought to see her when we train. I could say the same to you, Rose, hun. Nah, I wouldn't call it bullshit. I'd call it, friendly ribbing. You ought to see, no doubt she'll go on to do great things. And of course, as a mariner myself, I fully intend to be at her side when she does. Oh, that's sweet. Notice each other in the love category, please. Grenades, Alarming number of citizens have gone missing of late, though I suspect you've already heard the rumors. No, I have not. I am the Queen of Cringe, so it really doesn't matter. Well, I already have my harem. It's essential that we're cringe together, therefore that's why we don't consider it cringe. Essential we ascertain their safety. To this end, I've prepared a list based on the reports from our citizens. Would you be so kind to deliver it to my colleague at Bulwark Hall? Nidik Lek is our name. My thanks in advance. A lot of people. I mean, most of the Scions are, except for Alize and Alphino, because they are 16 and no. The one back here? Cisetto? I don't think she has a hat. Oh, you mean Tataru? Oh, she's also not a part of that because she has her own harem apparently in Kagane. Which is fucking hilarious if you think about it. Replenishing the Bismarck slaughters. Beg your pardons, good ma'am, but you're an adventurer, are you not? No. I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need help restocking our lauders. We are in the midst of preparing a full course for the soon-to-be arriving guests, but I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. Cat. Slices, quickest is from this. Well, cat, you walked all over that. Oh, you're walking out, cat? Well, guess I'm gonna shut the door real quick. I know, right? I would say, her with the gun, I don't know why she can't become a Machinist now that I think about it. Because the Machinist was designed for, the common folk, I guess. I went to shut the door because the cat, cat got out, so, want to be able to, probably do a bunch of stuff, like keeping him from the, well, I don't want to keep him from the, you know, keyboard and stuff. Because you're unfamiliar with the creature's success, your speech was, You sampled from the 7th stage. Alright, let's have a whiff of it then. Ain't smelled nothing like it before. A note as came with it says it's a root that grows in Othard. Rose is cool, Rose is neat, Rose is great. Last I heard, Othar was under Imperial rule. How in the 7 hells did Caravan manage to get this hold of this? And he wrote, I reckon I can cook up something fresh and new with it. Thanks for the delivery, friend. I appreciate, hun. I'm also getting bored of doing the side quests already. Ha ha ha! Take that. I'll go ahead and... Mainly because I'm excited for the MSQ, and I'm... I know I said I was going to do all these. Welcome back. It would seem that both samples were rather well received, and this is no small part due to our affable courier. I'm gonna die of embarrassment now. Excuse me. It is unfortunate, but notorious. ID has accumulated over the course of years does not fade overnight. There are so many who are hesitant to do business with the savage pirates. It shall cause suffering. Can I have a safe word? Yet the old days of piracy have passed and giving way to a new wave of opportunity. My crew and I have decided to embrace this wave. I couldn't think of a safe word. Coconuts? With the Admiral's blessing, we will engage in a form of trade with the Garlean ships. Everything we do, be rest assured, was within the law. Yamate? Place? Yamate means stop. It's used in porn. I mean, I said nothing. Welcome to Final Fantasy RPG sex capital of Final Fantasy 14. Oh, it's spelled with an E. I'm just not saying it correctly. It's informal. Welcome to Final Fantasy RPG capital of Final Fantasy 14. If there's aught you'd like to know, feel free to, you've got something for me, you say? A missing persons list. I'm not sure I follow. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll be sure to memorize these names. If any of the missing persons reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Most folks enter the city via the Zephyr Drift, which means they pass through the Bulwark Hall. That's why I'm on constant watch here and undercover, so keep an eye out for suspicious activity. I've been doing this for so long, I've become a pretty good judge of character. If those If there are shady characters sulking about, you can rest assured I can pick them out. I'm gonna be lazy. Go get some sheep and then... Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Cause I could do with the slice myself, fresh off the grill, dripping with its own juices. Slurp. Sorry, friend, haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. Any roads, you can get lamb easily by hunting the lambs that graze outside the city. Go through Ziffer Gate and follow the path east and south for a bit. You can run into the fluffy and tasty treats. Say, I don't know. I just remember Yamete. But I sometimes say Yamate. I guess it's Yamate. Yamate. I can't even speak English. Do you think we pronounce things correctly in other languages? Not gonna say that I remember it because of porn. Not gonna say that. However, the reason why I do remember it is because I used to take karate. And that's what the sensei would say when he wanted us to stop. When we were, like, wrestling or any kind of thing, like doing... Yeah, I took karate for a long while. Going to the bulwark. Yeah. I recognize it, but it's not ringing a bell. Alright, it's outside. Aya? Oh yeah, Aya. When you, yeah, that. I know that. After doing a set of punches or a set of katas. Have you heard any luck containing fresh lamb? Please hurry, the guests are arriving any moment now. Just means dislike. But yeah, but we used to say Aya. 4 slices of fresh lamb and right in the nick of time. Thank you ever so much. Just times like this I feel fulfilled in my role. I used to be a chef myself, you see, but my skills weren't quite up to par. So when the Bismarck expanded operations, I was asked to be made its provisioner instead. This way I can still be part of the business in spite of my shortcomings. Alright, already bored of this. Let's go to the main quest. Quit it. Stop. Well, that's a good thing to shout out when you know, my mind is having a moment. I mean, it has a lot of moments. When you're fighting or something. Yeah. Because one of the reasons why you do it is because people stop concentrating on their breathing. Because they're too busy concentrating on, like, the kata and stuff. And it's forcing you to breathe out. Zero. Here we are again. I know, right? We never leave here. Per Y'shtola's advice, I have changed into clothing more suitable to the surroundings. Better to blend in. I hope this will suffice. Oh, Orionje changed into warmer clothing! Sorry. Glad to hear that Galarmon's restoration proceedeth apace. And the people no longer want for warmth. Be that as it may, there's no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, as I personally can attest. Yeah, I know, right? Well, like I said, our cringe works together. You are, as ever, welcome, Ishnai. I do not believe I've met all your comrades. Ishnai, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during recent Void Scent incursion. Your actions saved many. Hey! What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Tomorrow, by the way, I'll be doing House Flipper 2's Christmas thing since it'll be winter solstice. I still need to find some copyright-free music. Christmas music. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking the unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. He's free! Yay, you're free! Pending a more official name, we refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are comfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it's likely to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing an invasion by Gallstones and his Void Scent hordes, surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even if we were to convey your warnings to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic, or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Void Scent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire, yes? But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbor an acute fear? Despite the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak to Alphino and Alizé. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I will relay the particulars of your endeavor to members of the contingent. Rest assured we'll do our best to assist you. If truth be told, had you approached us with your petition earlier, we would have liked to decline it. The situation was simply too precarious. But the people have begun to pull themselves up, and I dare to hope they will lend an ear to your words. Full faith I have that you will win over the Garlean populace. In the meantime, I shall see to it that all is in readiness for the tower. I won't be the one that wins them over. It'll be Alphino, because Alphino knows how to speak with... Period. I mean, altogether, he's just... ever the politician at heart. And not that that's a bad thing, for once. Of all the things. To dread fire even when one is freezing, to become a prisoner of one's fear, this is a fate to which the Void Sent too can succumb, I know, right? Except when he, you know, admitted to Master Matoya that, Yashola used her name and... So sometimes he can trip over it, but it's rare. And mostly when he does trip over it, it's not out of malice, it's out of, naivete. I've taken the liberty of explaining our objective. I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. I mean, yes. We're always causing trouble. I'm glad to see you, Ishnai. Vitra has explained our present dilemma. This is not unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. Totally intended. I mean, yeah, maybe, yeah. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Isbard contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. He might be good at acting, but apparently his mother can be just as bad with that kind of stuff. Well, and he apparently caught that on from her. Well, it seems to me there's not to do but speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet with the community leaders. They're at a station called Sinitus, near the Sinit Club. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where the people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Trapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alphino, if I may drag you along? So what's... Tinium, we leave to you. Why, though? You're telling an autistic person. Sure, why not? Why don't you have them talk to you? No stranger to people here. It should take a little prodding to convince them to speak freely. So you want me to stab them? Then it's settled. Once we have learned what you can, let us all meet in the Forum Solus, where we will have what I hope is a productive discussion. Everything's fine. Have the autistic person do this. I'm not gonna, like, ruin anything. Never. Tower of Babel? What's got to do with the Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then it's good enough for me. Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of the Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garland people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dare speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions. Cut our rations or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. We only want to survive, to be given the chance to rebuild, that our people might stand on their own one day. I mean, if you're killed by Voidson, I think that's kind of a sort of problem. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? The abomination transformed my friends and family into monster. Can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Just when I thought I'd take a walk. No matter where I go, I'm in the shadow of that damn tower. Fie. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago when I lived in the Providences, the locals raised our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. I mean, like I said, if you wanna fucking die... No, stop it! That tower's evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Why were we talking to a child again? Just general statement on that one. Run in. At least it isn't too far away. Oh, this is the park. Zilo. Where he got in that pond to get stuff. Julius is on his way with the others. Have you found people more receptive than we did? The answer won't surprise you. No. Ishnai may present to you Lord Gunnus, Emeritus Magistrates of our political council. They've been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ishbard contingent. I see Alphino and Alize have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. Doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the Imperial family, and it will be forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It's insulting enough we had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid. Now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we've had enough. The Garleman of old may have fallen, but she fell into civil war to her people, not to Eorzea or any other land. We came here to assert our inequitable claim to our territory. Garlemald and all that lies within her bounds is beholden to no one. Okay, let them die. Like fear to flame. There's no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, you still would still engage with them. I mean, I don't really have a choice. I don't have the ability. I do not begrudge them their hostility. They merely seek to protect their homeland. That said, we must strive to reach an understanding with one another. We will treat the Ishbar contingency, if only to assert our rights. If your intentions are as benevolent as you claim, you'll agree to our demands. Our sovereignty is paramount importance. On this point, there can be no concessions. Gosh. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to... Well, they made their point-blank concern on the matter. I'll also instruct Alphino and Alizé to meet us there. Lord Metidus Ganus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of the Senatus. Though Ishbard contingent holds the Tower Babel, it is I who wishes it to be reactivated. Thus, I think it met that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardship, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I only wish to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled then, you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after see their excellencies safely return to... Subway. It's the subway. God damn it. Is there a teleport that shows up some... The man with the golden sun. Oh right, I can fly now! I forgot! I got that last night! Ah! I am a smart cookie. Until I am not, then I am a very, very stupid cookie. Julius has told us all you have Lord Anus's permission to enter and speak with our residents, but do not petition them directly for support. Remember that. Their defenses bespeak a cautious mind, more so than Tinium. Subway. Here it is, Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I'm given to understand that outsiders are not permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it'll be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero, as do I. I mean, he's being an ass, so might as well call him Anus. This looks familiar. The basic design is reminiscent of Subway, though somewhat embellished. Of course, because it's rich, snooty people. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. For the greater good. For the greater good. Pile of crates. I'll figure out a different interesting... Stockpile of assorted supplies bears marking indicated they're provided by the contingent. The Enclave is clearly relying upon the Alliance for aid. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, a way of life, what remains of it, at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Recognize large casts from the very same you and your comrades used to transport the ceruleum from Lapis. Why they're are in the census is unclear. I mean, being used is what do you expect? For heating. The furnishings are quite lavish. I am reminded of the Chaya. Also, where's Dragon Boy? There's Dragon Boy. Please, I wish to hear your concerns regarding the tower. Hey, I murdered your emperor, though you cast him aside eventually, son, or whatever. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. But be it as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever. There's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupy the Imperial Palace. While our present welfare is important, we must be willing to endure hardships if it helps us to secure our nation's future. Strong leaders like Lord Anus understand this. How about this? After we finish what we're doing, we'll succeed the Imperial Palace to you. How does that sound? Yes, he is Lord Anus. Also, because I don't know how to say his name correctly, probably. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? I have creative names. Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It is absolutely out of the question. What's going on? We were wondering the very same thing. We were running when we heard the shouting. Is aught the matter? No, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant through the Regio urban. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we proposed elimination of all machina that order near the supply route, but you heard him. They refused to even consider it. Magistrates have already spoken on the matter. Rampant or no, these war mechana are Garlean assets. Well, how about we take them out without too much damage? Furthermore, who's to say that they are dangerous as you attest? Well, why don't you the fuck go out there? It's been suggested that it could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. How about we put him under your supervision? After we, deactivate them. I know not if that's the case, but the fact remains we cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken. Unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's aught we can do. How complicated relations become when they're not grounded in clear and equitable arrangement? An equitable arrangement, of course. I understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with the Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? By all means. Secondus versus, he may have been murdered. A lot of people died. I might have killed him. Who knows? Let us return to the Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Oh, I mean, they had to make a second one because, you know, the first one was very killable. Still healing. Who is this person again? A dragon. What do you mean I suppose he has in mind? He seems awfully confident. I mean, he's lived about long enough. I've completed mine inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of Aether will pose no difficulty. Leave this to me, my friend. I trust you. You've returned with glad tidings, I hope. I mean... Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap not yet, but there's a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As Sarchop, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razat-Han and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. They have been able to survive thus far thanks to the contingent, or rather, less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or sorting more their already limited autonomy. That's why I risk to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that will restore them a sense of agency, after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly do you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Razat-Han abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, but I wish to continue this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies you require. In return, you would grant us leave to use the power or Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for you it would be a duly compensated. And Razat-Han's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demands for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but have come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemund's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Razat Hands were to take the initiative, other nations might follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in negotiations with Tinnerum. Your support may be instrumental to winning over the Lord Anus and Met. He's a Mets. I don't know. I think it's a baseball team that apparently has rivals. I don't know. The Mets? Baseball? I don't know. By all means, go with them. You can tell how well I know fucking sports. I have matters well in hand. I've learned all that I may regard to the tower's operations, so I too will I might return to the subway. An equitable arrangement. The Sartrap has a pragmatic vision for the future. I mean, if a trade agreement can be forged, I dare hope that it thaw relationships with the Garleans. Until then, I'll keep trying to convince them of the need to decommission these dangerous weapons. Diplomatically, that is. I heard you're gonna go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, where you're... Can we finally begin the negotiations? Yes. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers do not intimidate us. The Tower Babel is ours by right, and nothing you will do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it's not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us discuss the future. As Sartrap of Razat Hand, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers. The Pros Agreement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing! You serve the Emperor, and we're a proud patriot, and yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost, but if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense, utter nonsense. You're a traitor. Well, I guess I can't call him that anymore because he's... no longer being a git. So, Nasus. They will cry out for your blood. Lord Metz! Wait, it isn't safe out there. Barky, bark, bark. I don't know why I decided to do that. To the best of my knowledge, Lord Metz is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he be met with misfortune, he may fare poorly. Sure, let him die. I'm not surprised. Some people cannot be moved by mere words. I fear for Lord Metz. I mean, they could keep losing. Well, I'm thrilled Lord Nasus is willing to consider my proposal. I'm worried about Lord Metz. An embarrassing display. A man of Metz's station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. You don't bark? Oh, right, I need to talk. Young lady, I'm older than it. I'm older than dirt. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metz. Let's leave matters here in Maxima's care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Metz is bound for Synodus, we may be able to catch him up to him in Regio Urbanibism. Pray he has not come to any harm. I mean, he will be. I might, like, let him get hit a few times. Don't worry about us. See that Lord Metz does not come to harm, please. I mean, no promises. Yep. I mean, the hittings will stop when the behavior improves. Why can't people learn this? Also, where's Alphino and Alizé? They would probably be good with this kind of stuff. Also, why didn't we suggest this before? Because after all, we dealt with the refugees in, you know, this is basically a redone of the Udall situation with the Empress. Or, I mean, the Sultanate. And why I couldn't suggest that? Well, I'm a big stupid brute that lets everybody else do the shit for me that involves talking. You good, sir? I'm only asking because I don't fucking care. But I'm supposed to. I'm alive? Okay, at least I am clear on my opinion.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
Alright, leave him!
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that.
Bark, 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 bark.
We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers.
Your voice seems different. Okay,
But
wait,
I won't
pinpoint.
stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert
could
my
be
gaze from our grim reality.
Say, I have only one side of my earphones working. Which sucks, but I ordered some new ones, but they won't, won't get here to the 26th or so. Hey, Stressful, how are you?
Is there hope for us?
I don't know. Say,
Aye.
it's good
So long as we
so
live.
far. Except I'm ragging on people, but I mean, that's nothing new with me.
Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
Well, I was the other guy, but now I'm ragging on this
To be
guy.
lectured by the younger. It ill becomes a man of my station.
I had the other guy named Anus, but he...
I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to
But
escort
since
me?
he's more receptive than this guy, who I'm calling Mets after the New York Mets, I think that's what it is. I'm not a baseball person, even though I'm a Braves fan. I just...
Ewipard, I apologize for my discourtesy.
But I mean...
I owe you my life.
I only pay attention to the Braves
I thank you.
every once in a while. My grandma... my mom's side of the family is really into it, though.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
I mean, they're also into college football, but that's for the Georgia Bulldogs. Of course I'm in Alabama, which means I'm supposed to pay attention to either Auburn or Alabama. I don't give a damn.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here.
Are you embarrassed, Julius? Or you just don't know what to say? Or both?
So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust.
Oh, so explain.
I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister.
He had to kill them. Because they turned into monsters.
As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence.
I know, right?
Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive.
Boy.
My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Did it sound like she did?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriats.
It's that guy! It's the guy! You're trying to be sneaky!
When they learned our enemies were
Also,
the
what
same,
fucking mage
they
wears
seemed
that?
heartened.
I don't remember.
They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria.
Chad mazes yes, but that's the bad guy that we're gonna go kill, I think.
They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst. Some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them, too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately, I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations.
No.
I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
I mean, reflection to some degree helps. Makes you learn from the past mistakes.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today.
Or procrastinate like me and put it off till tomorrow. And then another tomorrow. And then another tomorrow.
Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Aww. The embarrassed thing.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
However you like. You want a hug?
Give me your hand.
We be friends for Sir Robin Stormins.
It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Bitch, I don't want to think of him! Don't make me think of him! I was not into him! Bitch didn't know when to say no. Well, actually, listen to my no. When I first met Zero, I wasn't sure what to make of her forthright to a fault. Yes, I did do the Christmas event. I mean, Festival of Lights, whatever. I wasn't sure what to make of her forthright to a fault nature, but now I understand she's simply an honest soul to the core. I mean, what's the point in pretending and, like, beating around the bush? Socially, that's so autistic. I just realized. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought. I owe it to you and Julius. Right then, I expected the others have already come. That's good. We should join them. We should see Estinian like that more often. And Zero and Estinian, and we should just take off our clothes together. Jokes, quips. Full glad I am to see everyone returned, and none worse for wear. I mean, I was out in the cold. Various representatives of the Garlean community are gathered here at this very moment. I dare say it's a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum, I trust. I trust you find the terms acceptable. Bitch, it's my harem! I do. And Gnaeus, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct. I didn't mean to hit that. Y'all are late. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Trapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say that recent episode is still fresh on their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Had to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials, who normally keep to themselves, and the Senatus are here. Ahem. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears, and please do not take them off and throw them at him. Actually, please do. I will start fucking laughing. Sorry. Robin Hoodman and Tights joke. Ah. I want to watch that again now that I think about it. Please, I am pleased to inform you on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered a trade agreement with Razat Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razat Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed among the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but a trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Razat Han holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our people will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. Why are you expecting a child to know what's going on? Why? I say as Alizé and Aleph come over here. So, burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald, that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. Absolutely, I agree. "'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access to the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the ethereal tank's imperial rival." Yeah, mainly the money, yes, but haven't they just gone through and upgraded a bunch of models so that they are more graphical? "Once this tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes?" Well, the other thing that occurred to me on the matter, as much as we'd like to see, you know, them grow up and all this other stuff, the dynamic of them being teenagers around adults. So they're teenagers, you know, the whole, I guess, Asian thing of, you know, having teenagers do a lot of stuff. Well, they were like that in, the ARR content, too. Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Alphino. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I'm in your debt. You are good friends. Well, they do every every expansion release an art book. Might actually write it in. I need to run use the restroom. Well, what's also stated is, Ariange mentioned this, is, he didn't actually grow as tall as he is now until he was like 20. He actually said this in game. So, because they were teasing about his height and like... good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know it's just not saying it to be nice. Also, the cats escaped in. Good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know she's not just saying it to be nice. Both Razatan and Garlemald stand to benefit greatly from this agreement. It may well mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. I'm not rogue to call them that. Am I, friends? Moments like these give me hope that we still have a place in the world. Garlean technology shall enrich my people's lives and empower them to achieve great new feats. I'm particularly eager to see what our alchemists are inspired to create. Oh no. Wishes to take stock of the situation.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand.
Cool.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Ishtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may.
I will just stand around and murder things.
Ere we set forth, however,
The next time I play this, I'll have to...
Ishtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya
You're
from
gonna
the
finish.
void.
I'm probably gonna... Well, tomorrow is gonna be, since it's the winter solstice, we're gonna do House Flipper 2, at least the Christmas stuff. And then, I don't know this Sunday, since I'm doing 2 in a row, whether I'm gonna do, Final Fantasy 14 again, but if I am, I'm gonna be drinking, and we're gonna be doing the, Disciple of the Hand and Land stuff. Rismus? I know, rizzing us? Well, it's this winter solstice.
Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely
Yeah, sure,
weakened.
haha.
To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow great worm.
Neither am I, and I didn't realize that I was
You would have
active
me go in
rizzing.
my true form.
Oh god, no. No head pets, not right now. I need to get the... I need to start doing the OBS stuff so I can have the... yes, it's called tits, but it lets y'all head pat me and stuff. But it's a plugin. Would you have me go in my true form?
Very well. Like our sire, we great
is
worms
literally
are capable
called that.
of traversing the great expanse. The journey will
Also,
take
you can
some
throw
time,
stuff at me.
but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as
Probably
we find
eggnog
Ashdaya,
and rum with me.
I would entrust her eye to your keeping.
But why? This sounds like a stupid idea.
Will you do this for me?
I mean, since you ask so politely and earnestly. I mean, there's also, Publix created for this year. It's new. It's,
We shall contact you via
custard,
link
which
pearl
is,
once
like,
all
yes.
is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's
I
instructions.
think it's a Friday.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
I'm betting people ship them so fucking hard.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
Jinx! I feel like you're jinxing! You're jinxing it!
In mare lamentorum, then. Go well.
Oh, for the Sunday stream? I mean... You take care as well, Ishnai. Sounds like your problem. Leave the tower to us. The trade agreement discussions will not require input, so Alize and I are free to attend to the Tower of Babel without distractions. To be fair, communities have known to ship people who have never been in the same room. Or even the same, I would say in the same, actual top subject or, piece of media. The moon, when Xenos brought me here, I remember feeling surprised that such a desolate place could exist in the source.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
I prefer not. Unless we're doing the Sailor Moon thing, which Darien and, Usagi. Sure.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you.
Yay! Solo
For my
players!
part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking.
So, sweetie,
the development
the
of
alchemist...
the artificial atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other.
Say, sweetie, I bet your alchemist would be excited for anything that involves alchemy. The rate y'all are going.
Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on voice and summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
You're gonna go try and go back to the first, aren't you?
I asked a favor of Garhatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel.
Where is the cat boy?
Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied.
Also because he's a curious little thing. Mind
The
you, the
knowledge of
last...
our forebears has brought us far, as has our own.
I'm gonna throw this out there. When we went into the location by which Grahatia was having a hard time and had to use, you know, the floating technology to get to the books, I, being the shortest cat girl possible, was able to reach the higher shelves, so... Graha? Really?
And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Yeah, he's an innocent being.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Is the dead gods one?
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed.
Fandango?
That which held even Zodiark shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration.
Why don't we just teleport the dude here and then bind him and then I kick his ass?
There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Bitch, I know nothing about this.
Time is of the essence.
Just point to where I'm killing
I suggest we
things.
continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Tell me I'm gonna protect things and kill things and all other stuff, and that's all my understanding of this is. Everything else is like different language to me. Well, at least my character. The only reason why I'm smart with this is because I pay attention to the lore. I wouldn't know what the fuck they're talking about any other way. Y'shtola had done well indeed to devise a seal in so short a time. 'Tis a testament to her ingenuity in times of need. Well, Y'shtola is a smart kitty. This seal must mean to erect. I assume it won't hinder a half-void scent like me from going in the other direction. I don't know. How fare you with preparations below? I haven't done shit. Yet. So this is one of brand that imprisoned Zodiark. Were I to describe it to my comrades back home, I doubt my words could do it justice. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we will reforge each of Zodiark's brands, and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, shall acquire a second line of defense. I believe the Loperit's supporters will be suitable for this purpose. Orionshe, Ishnai, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. Do I, though? I would have you meet with Livingway in the Best Ways Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I'm quite sure Orionshe has more. I mean, I haven't even done their tribe quests. I will join you as Void Scent. My knowledge may be of use. Excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same. You're protecting here? We have matters here well at hand. Go meet with the Loperits. I'd love to see you interact more with the Loperit Sistinian. First, we see to this brand. It's the same thing. We have the brands in working order before you know it. I mean, I guess thinking about the books, if you had to do the making taller thing to read the titles of them better. Yeah, I do NPC first. Unless it's a trial, which I have no choice, but NPC first time around, then I do it later. I have to go up. Mainly also to see what the NPC response is to all that. Because some of them have interesting... I thought this was a teleport thing, but I can fly. Why am I thinking? Keep forgetting the locations I finally got flying in. I'm a stupid... I don't have it at Thule, or whatchamacallit, so... And the other... And in, Labioso. What are these things? They're adorable, aren't they? Living Way, I trust thou hast been well? There you are. Y'shtola has surprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eyes, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case the void-sent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can, and I probably haven't destroyed, you know, doing fates. And we'll bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. Are we about to have a serious conversation with Uriange and Zero that I've been excited for and waiting for? I wish there was also more with Thancred, but I guess that's not happening. Why the fuck you thought being around me and I being the one to teach her is completely misunderstandable. For some time. I mean, yes. I hope I don't, you know, scar the eyes of the poor rabbits. Ever grateful I am for the Laparit's irrepressible compulsion to help. Despite their bestial appearance, these creatures are highly intelligent, and much like you and yours, they take pleasure in helping others. I mean, there's also the beast tribes. I don't think you've met any from them. I mean, you met the elephants. Uwu to death. Well, I mean, I guess they'd have to learn about Uwu from, you know, having
sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Humans reproduce. You know, over the years of trying to find a proper planet to colonize. An interesting conversation. Stressful. Dreadful sorry. Okay, are you?
Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Okay, you're right.
Oh, stop!
You mean
You're
Ishtardian?
making me blush.
Elizan.
Though we have fulfilled the purpose
Or
given to us
Gridanian
by
Elizan.
Hygelin, aiding the people of Atheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always.
If you mean so adorable! Say, did you know, what is it?
Right, so,
Cuteness
we
aggression?
originally deployed these supporters
Hugging
to
until they
patrol
pop?
the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Void Scent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends.
Good thing Zero's here.
Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment. And who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Atheris?
Violence! Violence!
I believe I would make a better instructor.
Can I watch?
Not only have I fought Voidsent,
Do you have to look creepy about that?
one.
I mean, hot step on me, mommy.
Well, don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
I mean, they're learning tactical data. There isn't completely destruction of them, please. Or not.
That'll do, that'll do!
That'll do, pig, that'll do. I mean, that'll do, mommy, that'll do.
A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into void-sent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Why did you give them
Pray
fury?
forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
Why did they give them fury units? Just wondering, since some of them ran away.
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement...
You're great! You're amazing! You can do it!
We just might be able to do it in 2.
You are great! You're amazing! You can do this! Dariage! Silver tongue him! Not that way!
This I leave to you.
That didn't mean it that way! Ah! No! The Barrett's eyes twinkle with anticipation as they await your buoyant exhilaration. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. I wonder if these creatures also once existed in the Void's moon, but even if they did, they must all be Void sent by now. Though I fear my lauderations will leave them wanting, I shall do mine most to rally the Loporrits. I mean, you're good at it! To be clear, we'll always do everything within our power to aid the people of Etheris. And I'm sure you'll agree, though, it doesn't hurt to have a little encouragement. Yawn, rally, to engage. What? Engage! Engage! Oh, sorry, I was in the midst of... Forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep moving. Repairs, so they'll proceed apace, I assure you, but they might go even more swiftly if you spur us on. Rally us, as it were. Wink, wink. I'm unable this time, so I have to... What marvelous feeling! There's nothing like a wild gestations of encouragement to fire you up. Did you have to put it like gestations? Oh, what we could do with splendiferous. Then repair our supporters under loving gaze of the people from Etheris. Nothing, I tell you, nothing! Save for one such individual to rally us while we go about it. But a humble Loporrit can only dream. Guilt tripping me. Guilt tripping me. Good thing y'all are cute. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Never fear, we shall ensure the supporters are ready for any void sent brazenly enough to slip through. If they seem to struggle, we'll rally them. Or at least we would, if someone would kindly enough to demonstrate. Oh, thank you very, very much. I don't know how you don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper technique so that we would keep our supporters operating at peak sufficiency. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running in no time at all. Pray attend to your remaining busy work, and leave the deployment of our new and improved void-sent slaughter bots to us. Ba 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 blah blah.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands.
Woo! And we just finished
Let us
destroying
reconvene
the
once you
supporters.
finish tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Y'shtola, was it? Yes. The brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With Lawports having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Y'shtola post-haste and prise open our gate into the void. Dark side of the... Oh, the red side of the moon. I was about to say. No, it's the dark red side of the moon. Sorry. I has an itch on side of my skull. Yeah, scratch, scratch, scratch. With Estinian keeping us safe, we are able to finish repairing the brands without incident. Good, Estinian. Can you go back to shortlist, please, Estinian? Some matter of Cactar attempted to make mischief, but no one came to harm. How did you fare? I mean... no one came to harm that weren't the supporters. This is it. I have duly informed Y'shtola of our task's completion. While you all attend to matters in the 13th, I shall remain here and ensure the integrity of the gate and seal both. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alizé at the Tower of Babel to channel the Aether to the moon. Once we've amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open the Void Gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality. Yeah, all goes well! At which point you must activate the brands and place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, let us begin! Animation, animation, animation.
Apologies for the wait.
In-game
the preparations here
animation,
are finally complete.
cutscene.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
Thanks for the Next Generation reference.
The moment of truth.
Wesley. My Schwartz is as long as yours. You don't need to watch Spaceballs again. I have a lot of things I need to watch again. Nice. I made a joke earlier about Robin Hood Men in Tights.
By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate.
That one isn't free, sadly. Well, I mean, the internet does exist. I do not condole, you know, piracy. Blah, 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 blah. Disclaimer, disclaimer.
A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands.
Touchy watchy. Yo-ho! Lend me your ears! No, not like that. Not like that! I know I'm not making the quote correct, but... Yustola! So, jump?
Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Yes, that too.
Let's see how well it holds.
As I prance back over. Ah, our first victim.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this.
Dies. Well, you get your release of death.
So this is the promised land? The land of boundless ether?
Yeah, keep explaining aloud.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
Don't jinx it if all of them come out at once. I keep thinking Yu Hakusho with the gate and the seal. Hands reaching out. Kuwabara cutting it open.
I see all proceedeth apace.
Well, the net.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
Is there only one trial or two?
Y'shtola. Truly incredible.
Or is this going to be a dungeon?
What an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
Best not bad dragon. I know, right?
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours.
Alright.
Our success has
But
also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel.
Don't remember if it is or not. And can you do it a healer? So that I can pretend not to torture the other
Ascians
healer?
rejoined reflections to
Just
the source
torture you!
by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Excalibur.
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source? One responsible for such an outcome?
I mean, it is the source.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them.
Gravity. Magnetic.
Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Heidelin's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures.
Yeah, and it doesn't have death.
Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us.
Runar.
Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
Best boy.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Yeah! Let's end Goldstone's plot! Woo! The gunpowder treason and plots. I know no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten. You know, I forgot to do that in November. How dare I?
I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe. Oh wait, it's already read aloud. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. I mean, multiple moments. I mean, all the moments. I think I need more coffee. I guess we'll have to deal with these espresso beads then. Instead.
Into the void once more.
Into the breach once more! No! Need more, need more, need more, need more. I am not bouncing off the walls just yet. I mean, I am feral, yes. But also caffeine. We have the skills with us, right? I mean, it'd be stupid if we didn't. Bitches, I'm here! We're landing on Mars.
This is the moon of the 13th.
No.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
So, Mars?
No
it has a lot of
void-sent.
copper and rust.
A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
No, this is Patrick. I mean,
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I'm gonna throw this out there, and the key of this out there part is, Being that this world does not have death, how are we gonna kill him? Or are we just here to rescue the sister?
Where could she be?
Steady, Vritra.
Twice. Ultra
We've
death.
barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Just hit him harder. I mean, I know it takes a while to regenerate, because one of the guys is the only one that can regenerate very quickly.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
The dragon? Me? I'm main protagonist? Zero? Do we turn him human again? Does he become our companion? You know, I shouldn't be asking questions. Surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson. It's rust. It's iron. Consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. It's an iron deposit that's rusted. Does gallstones turn into a sexy man? Who's hopefully clothed? Yeah, I know, right? Kool-Aid. No matter how you strain your eyes to spy no sign of life, all directions seem extends a desolate waste without end. Sister dead. I mean, we're fighting against someone who wants fucking death. I mean, we're fandangoing this. Yeah, I forgot to... No sign of Watcher or any Loporrits. Perhaps they were swallowed up in the flood of darkness, or perhaps they never existed here. I forgot to talk to Estinian that was over here. Or was Estinian over here? Or Zilo. There's Zilo. Then Estinian's back there. Sure! I need to go back to the firmament and do stuff too. Zero appears to be lost in thought, her gaze fixed upon the fathomless abyss. Like I said, Sunday will be me drinking and trying to do the Disciple of the Hand and Land quests as long as I am strong enough to, which will probably be 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and have all the stuff ready. Where's Estinian? Come on. Okay, I'm not looking too far for that. I'm guessing he's one of the ones that Zero met before. Part of the two, especially since it's... Hold your breath and attempt to catch the faintest noise. Save for the sound of your comrades, there's nothing. So far you failed to find any clues as the sisters were about. Ishnai, excuse me. Perhaps Zero has noticed something you missed. Oh, back to Zero. Back to Zero. I had a thought of make a Nightmare Before Christmas joke about Zero. Did you find something?
The chasm has caught your attention as well.
I mean, it's kind of big and there and ominous looking.
There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
Do you want to jump? I'm in my dragoon form.
Here.
I can carry your soul down.
This pit much resembles the cradle of darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths.
That's probably what he's
Strange,
using.
though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered.
Well, the key of the word is scattered.
But it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
How about both? Both. You're about to be shot down, aren't you, kiddo?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee.
Don't! It's a trap! It's a trap!
Climb on, my friends. Asdaya is here, within this chasm.
I mean, I already... It's true.
Drown King.
Sister! Uh-oh. Tis I. Vitra, I have come to rescue thee.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
Yes. She's also about to be eaten, isn't she? He's gonna show up out of nowhere, kill her, and then eat her.
Ku-an.
What? How?
Oh, Lakhom Urta.
Vitra, wherefore art thou here?
Li Tao An.
Oh, thank goodness.
An King sees. D.S. Ishom in Fesk.
'Tis thee, dear sister, truly thee. How long have I dreamed of this moment?
Man ik hes in an. Ka an an. Fesk wes an ul in.
Would that I could have found thee sooner, but I am here now. Let us return home together.
Seth es lis. Na fesk an. Ner no rail ak stra e dran.
I mean, I am here, and I've done the impossible before. Like now. The thought filleth me with joy, but I fear it cannot be. Not even with the dragon's might can these chains be broken.
Esk Nesh Igor Ak.
For they are forged with the very will of a man named Gallstones. Oh, good. Another reason to murder him.
This is indeed Golbez's domain.
Kis Arn in.
Thou keepest company with mortals? I mean, technically, since I still can come back to life after dying, I'm not mortal.
Es fil ud in. Ein an in.
I do. They are my stalwart allies without whom I could not have come this far.
Sis? Ask dear Amtar.
Is that so? Then much time hath passed indeed.
For war, Meradarn, Alan An.
Exposition! Doth feel like only yesterday that we were fighting the void-sent hordes, the men of Alg, that had enlisted on Beresi.
Les el kol an, zdis sorn room, snar Tiamat an.
Well, I mean, I killed the Cloud of Darkness. Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into this lightless world to strike at the heart of the Cloud of Darkness. His forces.
Ke ul ke darn morn, dis an, kai an, na stra an.
But the void-sent I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the rift betwixt world had closed. I was stranded, bereft of strength.
Nar tal kin in eyes.
Thou didst save the lives of many, sister.
Athan endran esktai.
Today we abide in harmony with men, working side by side and forging enduring bonds.
I'll call hes in hes ud lar an esk les ud an.
I mean, good that we're talking with her, but I mean, don't we have somebody to kill? Indeed, in the course of searching for thee, I did cross paths with many a noble mortal, with whom I built a nation of rich diversity. To thee I would show it, my beautiful Razat Han. I shall not rest until thou art free.
Ta hes an Aelgol osk in.
When Gallstones found me collapsed, the darkness ravaging my wounds, he spoke and said,
in an, casta an.
'Tis but a matter of time before you turn, but I have the power to stop it. So do I have a crystal.
Sta in es katao tai an, es an stra in sorn.
And he did, for a price. I would remain myself, but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions, who supped upon my aether for over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
You know, being that it's been so long, I'm surprised she understands what we're saying to her.
Ern el, mis head in ood.
If such is thine attempt at encouragement, mortal, then thou is graceless as I mean,
Kis targol, asrael dis tar, sma osk in sis an.
'Twas Gallstones who did weave this spell, and so's defeat should serve to unravel it. Would it suffice as a show of spirit were I to reveal what I know of the villain?
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Sis tar no kol in.
Mayhap in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place.
Do es nesh igor sorn,
He doth prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion will himself ascend to the moon's surface. I mean, we are at his throne by the looks of it. And every time, without fail, he will visit the same location to the south. Something of import lieth there, no doubt.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
And destroy it? Is it a wife, a child, an important person, a nation, a king? Well, it's obviously an important person or somebody or something. That they want to allow die. I'm just hedging a guess. I'm gonna go see what they say. It is a comfort to see it as spirit remain unbroken. Let us find the mysterious location Gallstones so favors. A place Golbez visits without fail. Then there is some... If there were some distortion in the ambient aether, I would be able to find it with ease. Let's begin the hunt for... I mean, yes. The others have already begun search for clues. A clue! Let's do the same. I'll take this area you can see to the south. I mean, they did say go to the south. Leave this area to me and see to the south. I mean, come on. Why can't I... Why? Why can't I use a, you know... mount here? Why? Why? Oh. Vitra. Get walked. I know, right? I could not discern the structure of any kind from above. Wherever this place or object might be, Gallstones has it well hidden. Well, I mean, there's a cave that I ran through on the moon. A glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something?
No. Yes, maybe.
A memoria. But whose?
Somebody important? Am I gonna have it? Yep, there. Important, you know. Oh, there goes the Dark Knight. Good to know that they're in the first at Colsa. I mean, they're reusing the assets.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. and better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
I wonder. Ah, no blood killing. In death may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Come now, we're all shaped by these dark times more than we care to admit. I choose to believe that, had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Sure! Yeah, sure!
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Who is that?
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriats taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No, we won't.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Damn! Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
If there's nothing else... Okay.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only a precious few Memoriats can remain who cling to light. Would that we could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
And the Majesty is bad. I'm just throwing things out. And the fact that I'm looking at this Memorat means that the mage that was in the...
Had another vision of the past, did you?
I was saying, that's the mage that's inside there, and I'm guessing the swords guy took the mage's outfit. I'm just going by the logic I know so far.
What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this Memoria is...
I mean, Camster's never been dead. It might have been exhausted at points.
So,
might have gotten distracted again.
You have come. You who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil.
Sister!
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say.
Nah.
'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form.
I mean, technically she didn't.
To remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions. Correct?
Yes.
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Join me on the dark side, Luke.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
My friends are my power! Nothing like a Kingdom
I
Hearts reference.
see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes.
Murder the
When
dragon.
first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
You mean a dark opportunity, because gold isn't really here anymore. I mean, bad joke! Speak plainly, jailer.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
Oh, who'da thunk?
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Archer! Smask!
I can bring her back. I can fix her!
Rise, O shadow dragon, and obey!
Why are we allowing this to happen and not stopping him? Hi, oh, it's been a bit. You home for the holidays? You home with your two kitties?
Kill him.
Nice! Lasers! She has lasers! How long is your, I guess, break time? I mean, leave. Excuse me, that word! Military word, leave. How long's your leave?
Keep our guests occupied.
Already block leave, nice. So basically, you are going to cuddle your cats to death.
Save her. I beg thee. Save my sister.
Oh, you were there during the Johnny Somali thing. Well, he's still there.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you.
I mean, I have been to the end of the world, existence. Bitchin'. Can you put me down? I don't like this. I don't like how big you are compared to me either. Yamete? Yamete.
Come. Face me.
I mean, that's what I'm currently doing. Rest assured I need no invitation. I know, right? So it is a second trial.
Accursed light.
I know, right?
You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony.
You say that, but you haven't walked in my shoes, so fuck you. I also saved the first.
Will not deny us our release.
I don't want that kind of release for you. Voidcast. Dias. I'll let him die. Okay, let me switch to my healer. Wolfie Wolf, you still there? Alright. Am I correct? Nor. I'm having a moment. No, of course. And Natasha is... Her. Let's go cry in the corner. I mean, you have two healers here. See, because I feel like torturing's stressful with, you know, running this. Excalibur. Primal. I think that sword isn't big enough for you. Gallstones. Only my torture flavors. I mean, true.
Expect no mercy.
I'm expecting
to destroy you. I shall bring my all to bear.
Kind of absolutely expecting them to do
warriors
the
from
edge
beyond
thing
the
of
rift.
throwing you off.
If you would oppose our crusade, then come. But know that none shall deny us salvation.
I only really come for, you know, by harem jokes, quips.
This place shall be your tomb.
I mean, yes.
I will free us from the wheel.
I mean, the wheel,
where my Rhine-kissed blades. I will suffer no obstacles.
I mean, cool. I might need to.
No matter the foe, I will stay the
zoom out a bit.
Let lightning surge!
Don't wanna. Da-da-da-da-da-da! No! Moving.
Such is your power.
I don't have any power. I'm just here screaming.
Come forth, my servant of shadow! With abyssal dark and hero's blade, I bring my people liberation!
She becomes sword. I mean, seems a bit stupid design.
True terror.
I mean, it's cool looking, but say it's stupid because, like, it's not like the, you know, sharp blade actually hit.
Dragon, hear me and obey.
Going down the list.
Crush them.
I'm good. I'm also following Nor. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Bathe them in black flame.
The fuck am I supposed to do?
My meteors will extinguish your light.
I don't know what I'm doing, Mommy! And I hate it!
A raging gale to rend you asunder.
Moving. Yamate!
Look to the heavens for your doom.
I don't wanna.
You wretch. Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge! A raging gale to rend you asunder. Be gone! Dragon, hear me and obey. Look to the heavens for your doom. Wear my rime-kissed blades.
Bat.
This place shall be your tomb. Crush them.
Yeah.
Render unto me your all. My meteors will extinguish your light. Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge!
Oh god.
My power.
I know. It's fucking sucky, isn't it? Hey, don't be a sore loser.
Even my blade. So, this is the limit of my defiance.
No, it's fine. Oh, he got smaller. Or did he get smaller? Thank y'all! I appreciate. Cube.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Everything's fine. Except for the sister.
What's happening?
This is just as you planned it too.
At last, the moment is at hand.
Oh, who'd have thunk?
You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm.
Oh, sweetie, I've seen, you know, depressed bird people.
You've
girl.
won the battle, but I win the war.
Oh, come on!
Stop this. I beg of thee. Let her go.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return.
Stab him, stab
and so
him,
it has
stab him.
coalesced, giving rise to a mighty void scent.
Stab him!
Now feast.
Zero!
Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
Is it a sandworm? Is it a sandworm?
From the convergence of ancient and newborn, an entity without equal shall emerge. One who shall tear down the barrier between worlds.
A tentacle monster?
Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld.
The dude that died?
Zeromus!
Oh.
Awaken!
Okay. Bad dragon with hands? Dude, that's such a cool design!
No matter how powerful, a void scent can be sealed in Memoria.
As long as we gotta weaken it first. That's what you said. I mean, I've killed a god.
Oh! Damn it. It's too strong.
We noticed. A very bad dragon.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void scent born of Zodiac's ether.
I'll be fine.
We must retreat. Everyone to me. Or Ankin, Tresk na in an.
Okay, it looks less menacing as it's slowly lowering itself to the ground. No, come on. Curse you, Goldstones. I know, they're the worst. Kidding. Are we all unharmed? Define. We made it back safely, at least. Come get emote. Okay, real quickly. Over here! Over here, pay attention! Say, don't ADHD this! Nice! Say, over here, Fox! Don't ADHD this! Thank you so much! And some wildflower. That's it. Lean. But is it a JoJo lean? No, it's a... Well, it's kind of is a JoJo. It's a sassy lane. Thank you! Appreciate Han! Relieved to be back in the source. Another moon. In light of this development, that we escape with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. I faced off against Zodiark. But that we could have anticipated her yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, you must now contend with a newborn void sent, hell-built on breaching the rift. And one with such prodigious strength. Zeromus is unlike anything I have ever seen. So, named for the ancient hero as Goldstone says, though no one can say if there's even a sliver of truth to the legend. Perhaps Goldstone's chosen in hopes of his champion will do what no one could do during the Contra Memoria, save the world. But a true hero will not be would not damn another world to save his own. And we're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. I loathe that I am to admit it, we are in no state to face the voice sent of Zeromus's might. You know what, Xemnas. His name is Xemnas now. Vitra not least of all, in mind and body both. For now, let us return to Razat-Han and take stock of the situation. Very well. Ishnai, might I trouble you to head to Bestway's Burrow and apprise Ariange of the situation? The rest of us shall tend to Vitra's wounds before returning to Razat-Han. Pray join us there anon. At least it's not the waking fucking Saiyans. Y'shtola expended a great deal of aether to open the Void Gate, and Zero took a vicious blow from Xemnas. But worry not, I'm well enough to keep everyone safe. And when we've finished here, be sure to get some rest. You've earned it. No clue what you're talking about with that rest. Dire though these circumstances may seem, Vitra must keep faith, for despite Goldstone's claim, there is still a war to fight, and a war we must win. So how close am I to Dawn Trail? At this point? Out of worry? Worry I have to make a new thumbnail? Ah, Ishnai, thou art returned, and because we can't seem to use Pearl Link suddenly, I am pleased to say it hath been blessedly uneventful in your absence. But more importantly, what of your mission in the Void? Oh, it went fine. 2 hours max. Heavens forfend that as Jaya should be used to birth the dread void scent born of Zodiark's residual aether. Though we could not have predicted this outcome, there is but a small mercy. The void scent containment shield. As we employed the self-same brands that once imprisoned Zodiark in its creation, the seal should serve to hinder Xemnas. Yet for how long, none can say. For our enemy's strength is unknowable, while the barrier was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? Then I shall remain here to maintain my vigil over the seal. Should we observe any signs of impending incursion, rest assured I shall send word without delay. Go well, my friend. Alright, back to Megalodon. Unless I get distracted, so, Majesty, yay! Ah, Mistress Ishnai, we've been expecting you. With the Sartrap and comrades returned earlier, I couldn't help but notice they were in low spirits. I hope it's nothing too serious. Nah, nothing end of the world type. But forgive me, you must be eager to join them. If you would follow me. Everything I do eventually leads to, it's gonna end the world.
Do you remember Ciarfox and Farfarello? The cowardly
that's how you
pair
say
of
it?
Voidsent that dwelled in my domain.
Yeah, one absorbed the other. Interesting that they have French
Ciarfox
names.
devoured Farfarello,
No, not Italian names.
and in
excuse me.
so doing, he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a Voidsent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer. And when a Voidsent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more.
But, I mean, she doesn't have a form anymore right now. I mean, it takes a while to regenerate. So, we could maybe hide her on the moon to regenerate.
That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Ashdaya. And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is. When the time comes, you must call to her. Call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus.
Love the fact that Zero is also in that name. But he is still
While
Xemnas.
it is unsettling that a Voidsent could be born of Zodiac's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say?
The same.
I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Yeah, but that would kill the
Doing
soul.
so would consign Ashdaya's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
Hey, Sid, where are you?
Simple. Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light.
Or that.
And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light.
Nice.
The question of how we will harness that light, you may leave to me.
You stole the smart!
With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the aid of comrades near and far, I have faith that we will find a way.
Your stole is going to the first. Your stole is going to the first.
Not only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
And Runar will be a happy boy.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Shirt off, shirt off, shirt off. I mean...
Wait. Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Shirt off, shirt off, shirt off, shirt off.
Fine by me. Come on then.
I shall not pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
I will need to use the restroom again. I don't know why I've needed to use the restroom so much, but I do. But so let me end this. Ajama is my sister, and long have I dreamed of saving her. But if I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades, I cannot, well, ask you to lift me up every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again, this I swear. I hold fast to my conviction, Ishnai, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. I mean, see me going anywhere? Other than using the restroom, but my character probably won't be going anywhere. Meanwhile, on the moon of the 13th. It's gonna eat you sooner or later. Surprisingly, he kept his form together.
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the fiend is able to breach the veil.
You're probably gonna feed him a lot of void scent too.
But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured?
Yeah.
It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend, the memory of your passing and the pain. As I promised you then, I promise you now. They shall sing of Golbez, the hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
I mean, if they're dead, I don't think they could, you know, sing of you. Just throwing that out there. And if they're in the live stream, they'll forget about past lives. So also, they won't remember you. So I think you haven't thought this through too much. Obviously. You win or you dies. Ah! Jokes. Anyways, I need to run use the restroom again. Sorry.